Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis won her primary election last night, and now she's looking to continue overseeing Georgia's election case against former President Trump. She beat her Democrat opponent by a wide margin, but could face a tougher Republican challenger in November. Willis ended the night with a defiant speech and some talk about Grey Goose vodka. Let's watch.
They want a district attorney that believes everyone deserves to be safe and everyone is entitled to some dignity. And it's a message that's pissing folks off, but there is no one above the law in this country, nor is there anyone beneath it. A very brilliant woman last night, Rachel Maddow, said that this campaign and this movement is the bellwether of democracy.
Kennedy, I'm just going to come straight to you.
Does she kiss her married coworkers with that mouth? My goodness.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, I think
That's a resounding yes, actually.
Yes.
All right. Well, I just wanted to go to Kennedy for just like a taste. Okay. One special guest at Fani Willis's victory party shocked attendees and the internet, apparently. Really? Really? You're shocked? Willis's so-called ex-lover, we don't know where they are right now. Former special prosecutor, or as I used to call him and still do, prosecutorial paramour, Nathan Wade, came out to show his support, and he was all smiles even after his resignation from the case Trump because the judge kicked him off. Well, there was a choice. They could both leave or Nathan Wade could leave. I come back to you, Kennedy.
No, he decided to stay, and that was after doing his salacious tell-all interview. He's doing whatever he can because the spigot has shut down for him. He no longer has that cush $600 fire hose that Fani had pointed in his direction when he was curiously appointed as her special prosecutor friend during the Trump trial. Judge Scott McAfee obviously took him off the case, said that he had to resign from the case if it was going to move forward. And, you know, it has become as titillating as a storyline of Vanderpump Rules. You know, are they or aren't they? Are they still together? Whatever is happening, it is the poor voters and constituents in Fulton County who are the ones who are paying
Thanks for reminding us. For her, it might have been love. For him, it was a $600,000 salary. Real quickly, I'm going to ask the team, can we have him saying what he thinks the whole thing is?
Workplace romances are as American as apple pie. It happens to everyone. But it happened to the two of us.
Sean, apple pie.
There is nothing apple pie about this love affair. It's scandalous. And by the way, I think it's interesting to have, Fani Willis out there talking about no one's above the law or beneath the law, all the while when the feds send her money for helping, endangered youth and to address gang activity, she uses it for swag and computers. They investigate it, and all of a sudden Republicans are trying to impede her criminal investigation. But when Republicans have said, you're trying to impede a presidential election, God forbid that. Of course I'm not. I'm legitimate in my investigation. She's a hypocrite, and it's rich to see. By the way, good on her for winning. It's a huge win. And by the way, her constituents love her. So kudos.
Wow, they must really like reality TV.
They do. And Grey Goose.
And Grey Goose.
Maybe reality TV, but not reality. And that's the additional irony. You're speaking about how she says no one is above the law, patting herself on the back as if she's the victim. She has absolutely let down and failed utterly at her job for those constituents in Fulton County. It's the most populous county in Georgia. It has the highest larceny rate. Guess what the clearance rate is? For felonies, it's 35%.
Wow.
For all crimes, it's 62%. What that means is, in plain English, is that they failed to clear 6 out of 10 cases that comes across her deck. So the joke is on her as a district attorney that she says with a straight face how somehow she's the victim. Everyone in that county is the victim. She's not doing her job, but guess what's coming for her? Oversight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that because it's a standard of living thing. If you're in her scope, her district, then yeah, I mean that's not good. They're not fighting crime.
Right, and I think that this victory, a big victory by Fani Willis, also truly encapsulates how divided of a country we are, even though this is a local election. Because if you're a Trump supporter, you look at her winning and you say, how could this woman win by 87% based on how she portrayed herself on the witness stand alone? But the reason she did is because of name recognition, fundraising, and also her supporters see her as politically persecuted by Trump supporters. So that's one thing. Interestingly enough, though, the general election, and you mentioned this in November, might be more of a challenge for her. I talked to Doug Collins about how this could play out. And while Republican Courtney Kramer has an uphill battle, he says that she has a good team. And if she wins North Fulton, which is outside of Atlanta, Republican but not deep reds, why it could be an uphill challenge. I mean, this could be a challenge for her. So she easily won the primary, but could be a little bit more difficult come November for Fani Willis.
Yeah, I mean, as Emily just pointed out, the people in her county of Fulton are voting against their own interests.
That's right.
By supporting her. So, I mean, unless big, you're going to need some big names from the Republican Party to go against.
And a lot of money.
Miss Reality Television, Fani Willis. Well, that's the nicest thing we could say.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.